Show. This is the Big O 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 Show. This
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package.
Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield Home Security System guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Welcome aboard. Yes, sir. Woo, baby. We are here in Los Angeles. And we're in studio because we're not on the road. And I'm going to slide, or what's the deal? You know, it's like I'm looking down. We should have elevated this a little bit more, actually, is what we should have done. But anyway, it's all good in the hood. I hope you all are doing well. Some of you might be doing as well as I am. Most of you are not, because, you know, if you're not in a Bitcoin and we're watching it about to cross $85,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful morning. Yeah. Although the bed here sucks, by the way. I got to say, this hotel is centralized and it's really comfortable and all that stuff. But not a good bed for the last couple of days, I will say. But man, wow, that Dirty Honey show last night was absolutely awesome at the Troubadour. That was good.
That was good. Actually, it was better than the one at the Whiskey A Go Go the night before. And I didn't count yet, but they must have played half the set, must have been completely different from the night before, which was just fantastic. Played a whole bunch of great songs. They're just a fantastic young band. And I encourage all of you out there that are rock and rollers to pick up a little Dirty Honey and support the boys. They've only got 2 albums out there. They're a young Los Angeles band, a California band. And so they played, actually, their show at the Whiskey A Go Go a couple nights ago was their first ever at the Whiskey A Go Go. So it was cool. We had the singer climbing the scaffolding of the lights. The guitarist was body surfing while jamming the guitar. It was. I'm going to put up the videos. I have the videos from last night, but that was a lot of fun, man. I've watched 4 concerts while I've been here. I've watched Bitcoin explode to Kingdom Come, like I told you guys it would. So now what we need is a Dolphins win to kind of, complete the week and have a great week. We're going to take, I took Sean to Roscoe's and he loved it, right? Yeah, obviously he's been in and out already a bunch of times. I'm going to take him. He's a hot dog guy. So I'm also going to have a hot dog today. I am going to have a hot dog today, but I'm going to have a hot dog at Pink's. And if anybody knows, that's kind of like an LA institution. Pink's is just kind of known for that. So but he's a big hot dog guy. You already know what hot dog you're getting? Oh, I'm sorry. What hot dogs he's getting. So anyway, so we'll have some fun and we'll go to Pink's and then we'll come back and we'll start our pregame show at 3:15 because it's 6:15 for you guys, but it's 3:15 for us. So we'll start. The good thing is that the postgame show won't be nearly as late as we're used to on a Monday night, and we fly tomorrow. So, that's kind of a little bit of a break, and we'll do a show tomorrow before we fly. We'll do a short show before tomorrow. This will be a short show also. I'm not going to be on for a long time because we've got several hours to be on tonight also. But I did want to do something today because there's so much going on sports-wise. Heat won last night. That was a nice win against the Wolves. Panthers continue their dominance. Obviously, the Inter Miami loss and the UM loss, these are things that we have to talk about and kind of go over. Obviously, those of you out there, I met a listener on Saturday. And I don't want to say his name or anything, but he was there with his wife. And he thanked me for the Bitcoin, all the information that we've provided over the years about what's been going on in the crypto industry and what's going on in banking and what's going on with our dollar and all that kind of stuff. And not because I've been on target or anything like that, but it's one of the most satisfying things in this business that I've done is this actually. Is Bitcoin more than anything else, because there's a lot of people that have benefited from that advice. And I'm not a financial advisor. I tell you that 1,000 times over because I'm not a financial advisor, but I couldn't be more right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that, I've benefited from it. My daughter's definitely going to benefit from it big time. But I'm really happy that a lot of you have been able to, you got the bug, you understood what was going on, and you've taken advantage of it. And now after all these few years that we've been talking about it for the last almost 5 years that we've been talking about it, and we've been waiting for this, and whether it's the Lisa Roses in the house or, whoever, Kyle Cockrells or, the typical crypto people that are on here that go back and forth with me all the time, Brooklyn Rob, all those that are real crypto people, we're all benefiting because we hung in there. And the most satisfying thing is to actually somebody to tell me, hey man, I followed your advice and I'm up and he's up an extraordinary amount of money, which is fantastic. Good for him. And so, and I'm sure it's happened with a lot of you if you followed my advice. You know what I'm saying? And not because I'm, anything great or anything like that, anything special or anything like that, but it's life-changing decisions that you can make to help your family. And because there's so much crap out there and they're lying to you every day, I try to be the guy that is just no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And try to tell you what the hell is going on, sports or life or politics or money or whatever, And so at least that has been very satisfying because people are, coming out and saying, hey, thanks for the advice, because it's definitely made a huge advantage in my life because money is just going to crap and Bitcoin goes completely in the other direction. So all of you out there that are enjoying this run, there we are. We're in 84,000, trying to cross 85 now. This is crazy, dude. Remember, we were fiddling around the 60s for a while, into the 50s. And remember, I told you not to have a bank account, not to have a savings account. You can have your money, obviously we all need banks, but you don't want to have a savings account. Savings accounts are useless. Money sitting in the bank is useless. You're just losing value. What do I always say? You don't have a savings account. You have what? A Bitcoin account. So during the dip of 6 months, I told you guys, hey, I'm going to buy this dip. I'm going to show you guys how to make money and how easy it is in Bitcoin. And so, I started buying a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there, whatever. And when it went into the 50s, all the way even to 49, I bought a little bit more out of there because once we were down into the 50s, I started really collecting a lot. So I ended up putting $1,210 during this dip into the Cash App account. Okay. Now, I want you to check this out now. Okay. $1,210 is the investment. I stopped that at $80,805. Pull it up there, Sean. And look at it now. $1,659. In 6 months, $449 of profit. And that's 2% of a Bitcoin. And by the way, I did not like keeping that money in the Cash App, okay? Because that's a lot of money in my world. Maybe for some of you it's not, but for me it is. And so I did not like keeping that money there because I always tell you can move it and move it right away and move it for free, and because on Cash App you can move it for free. And so you get 3 options and you pick the third one, which is the one that's free. It's 0 to 24 hours it takes. Sometimes it'll do it in 10 minutes. Sometimes it'll do it in 10 hours. No big deal. It gets there. And so you look at it, and that's $449 of profit. So if your money is sitting in the savings account for 6 months, you get 440. If your money's sitting in the savings account for 6 years, will you get 440? Will you get $49? I'm just saying, it's, and again, I got the call from a buddy of mine yesterday, a text, not the call. He knows I was here. And he goes, bro, do you think I'm too late? And I go, do you listen to me? No, it's not too late, bro. What if I tell you you're going to 10x from here? And he goes, bro, we're at 80,000. I go, no, we're at 83. But, no, it was 82 at that moment. I think it was. And he goes 10x. I go, yeah, bro, it'll be $1 million by 2030. Think about this. 2025 is just a month away. In 5 years, Bitcoin will be easily $1 million. And those of you that didn't believe it would be 100,000, you're not going to believe it's going to be $500,000 or $750,000 or $1 million or $1 million. But then when it happens, you're going to keep regretting that you didn't get in at 16 and 26 when it's at 80, and you're going to regret that you didn't get in at 80 when it's at 800. So, and maybe also think about it that it's not maybe for you also. It could be also for your family, you know? And that's important too. It's a legacy that you can leave for your family. So, just saying. And by the way, of course, you can make a donation to the show so we can continue to travel and cover the events for you at Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation also. Ethereum's still at a really, really good price right now, man. Overall, Solana is ripping. There's a whole bunch that are doing very, very well. You can use the QR code there. Also, you can also make a donation through PayPal because folks sometimes out of the country can't use Cash App or Venmo, so they've been using PayPal, and we appreciate it. Keep the show alive. We appreciate it. And don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It is very important that you smash the like button. We'll get back to our normal times for the show on Wednesday, because Tuesday we still have a travel day. And so we'll be kind of off on Tuesday. But either way, we'll be back to our normal schedule starting on Wednesday? Well, but it is the normal schedule. Wednesday, we're at Toyota of Hollywood, but we start at noon. And okay, which by the way, that's a good thing after traveling. Get to sleep in a little extra, get an extra hour. I need that for the voice. That is very good. We got a lot of things to talk about in a short amount of time. Obviously, and appreciate all of you out there. Thank you. Big O, be careful with the hot dog. Nah, we'll be fine. It's Pink's. So you're going to have a hot dog, but not a Dairy Queen hot. Yeah, Pink's. You guys don't know anything about Pink's? Like, you guys have never heard of Pink's? It's not Pinky Tuscadero. We're not racing for Pink's. Okay? It's Pink's, the hot dog stand. It's famous. It's infamous. It's notorious. It's historic. It's legendary. You know what I'm saying? It's legend. Wait for it. Dairy. You guys don't know about Pink's? What's wrong with you people? Do you get around? You know about things or what? Come on. Pink's, baby. Pink's. Big O, the lies I can't tolerate is the ones coming out of the Dolphins camp, tired of the press getting limited access to the players in practice. But that's how it's always been now. It's been limit, more. Yeah, that's how it goes, bro. I mean, that's just part of it. Larger Hop says dollars going away, BRICS de-dollarizing, having their own currency backed by gold, but still in Bitcoin and using XRP as a SWIFT system. Actually, they are going to be trading in their own currencies. They could be trading also in their goods. You could be trading oil for gas. You could be trading oil for wheat. You could be trading gold for... So they're going to be trading in that way. But they talked about creating their own currency, but they're not going to do that because then eventually you have all the political problems that come with a currency, because then people then politicize that currency like we have ours. And that's why people are dumping the dollar. The reason why they get Bitcoin. But, I can only be a conduit of information. You must make the decision when it's all said and done. Let's see. Wish when I turned 18 and got my first job, I went straight to Bitcoin and stocks, but you live and learn, and I started investing at 60, and I'm already in the green and will continue to invest. Exactly. And dude, Ethereum's at a really good price. It's in the 3,000 range, and it's going to go to 10 and more, but it's going to go to 10. So that's 3x right now. Not a lot of things you can 3x. So Ethereum's one that is a very good price. I would not be surprised if Solana pushes to a K in this run here, and it's in the 200 area right now, low 200s. You could have picked it up at $140, $130 just 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Pull up Solana and pull up the graph of 6 months and go back down to hit the thing like on a low point where it was like at $130, $138. Where was that date? And tell me. And you could have had Solana already, and you're almost on the process of adding 100 up on it from that. These are things that you have to take advantage of, and you have to, when it's down is when it's the best time to take advantage. And when Bitcoin had that dip that went all the way to 49 and 59 several times, that was your opportunity because it was at 73. So it's going to go past 73. And we're going to shoot up. See, Solana's at 219. You're looking for like 130, 138, something like that. You got 6 months, or what's 1 month is not enough. Yeah. So 1 year. Okay, that dip right there, right where before it shot. There you go. 9/10. That's September 10th. 130. It's almost going up $100 from September. Look at that. But these are things you have to take advantage of, and we talked about them. But you have to take advantage of them. You have to sit there and be patient, and you can't panic sell. And if there's a dip, this is what you take advantage of. And for those of you that are not in it, Bitcoin is going to shoot up, as I've been telling you for a while now. It's going to shoot up into the 90s, into the hundreds, low hundreds. Either it'll be in the 90s or low hundreds. That's where this run's going to end right now. Okay? Just this run. And then we're going to have a little correction. And it might get into the 80s again. And what are you supposed to do in that correction? You buy. Because if it hit 97 or 103, then it's going to then go to the next one, which is about 120, 130, 135, 140. And then we'll have a little correction again. And that's how you play this game. Every time there's a correction, you buy. Because it's giving you a free 20, 30%. Okay? And we're about to, remember, the United States now is about to create its own Bitcoin reserve, and they're going to buy 200,000 Bitcoin. Okay? Every year, 200,000. You know what's that going to do to the price? Michael Saylor just bought millions more. I forgot what it was. Just today. It came out. He bought it last week because he got it at 74,000. And you're like, 74? That's expensive. Yeah. Well, it's about 85 now. Not too expensive anymore, is it? You cannot panic here. You must stay the course. And the dips are gifts. They are opportunities that it's giving you, because it's a correction, because people panic and they sell, or they made a lot of profit and it's time for them to buy, sell out a little bit, like everyone else will end up doing it. The rich will end up with all the Bitcoin, because eventually the poor, like you and me, will sell at one point. And when we sell, guess who's there to buy it? Michael Saylor, Fink, Kathy Wood, Fidelity, the Salvadorian government, the United States, the Brazilian government, the Argentine government, the German. Well, I don't know. The Germans are kind of stupid. We'll see. How do the Germans feel right now? They sold 2 billion of Bitcoin at 50,000. The morons hold on to it, and it's already now at 85. I mean, it's just pure stupidity that goes out there. Pure stupidity. But what are you going to do? So I just showed you there with our Cash App account how I made $449 of profit investing $1,210. Anybody can do that. Anybody. Anyone. Friend of mine bought in the 60s. I'm going to read his text, but I'm not going to say what his name is. Let's see, where is it? Oh man, where are we now? I just saw. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. No wonder. Here we go. I just purchased more from Swan at 83,121. The purchase I made yesterday was at 80,993. My earlier buys were at 62. So he didn't buy at 66 or 70. He didn't buy 49. He didn't buy 59. See what I'm saying? It's just, that's kind of the way the game is played, but you got to be smart about this, man, and patient. It's not for nothing, but we've given you a gift. And it's a gift of beautiful information. And it's up to you what you do with that information and how it sets you up. And, again, not about politics. I evenly kill both of them. And if you're a cheerleader, like some of you out there, you take it personal. And it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with just being an American, not a Democrat or a Republican. I don't really care about that stuff. Ocala Joe, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. Appreciate you. He says, for a little love from friends who support. I appreciate that. That is very, very kind. And you, sir, support big time. Thank you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Bitcoin is at 84,327. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Let's get to a little sports. Dolphins and Rams tonight. We'll see what happens with Tyreek. He's got a bad wrist. Apparently, it happened since Washington. So why wasn't he put on the injured list from game one? Was he on there every week? Did it say wrist? Oh, but it's not on the injured list now. They're just saying, hey, by the way, he has a wrist. So, it's kind of interesting how injuries are handled. Oh, you just came back from an Achilles and looks like you hurt your knee there. Here's a knee pad. Go back out there. Okay. All right. Anyway, we'll talk about Dolphins and Rams tonight at 6:15. We'll get you ready for it there on the pregame show, and we'll update you on whatever happens. But a guy with bad hands has a wrist injury. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But the Dolphins should still win. Now, let me give you something about the Dolphins that is pain. Okay? Like real pain. The Dolphins are 2-6. What's the Pats record? 3-7. They have one more victory. And they have a fifth of the talent that the Dolphins have. That's how bad Mike McDaniel is. Hey, the Panthers. How many wins do they have? Yes. 3. 3. Dolphins have. Your problem is Mike McDaniel is a very bad coach. He's got great play designs. He's the little helper that comes by every once in a while and gives you a good idea, but he's not a leader. And, it's, like I had some fan on social media. Oh, hang in there. Oh, we'll be 6-6. And then, then the whole season starts all over. And it's, yeah, bro. Sure. Whatever you say, my brother, whatever you say, but just to put it in perspective, the Dolphins are 2-6, and the Pats and the Panthers have 3 wins. You know, you can't make this shit up, dude. You just can't make this shit up. You know? True Fin fan, thank you for the love and the super chases. How about the Steelers 7-2? Yeah, well, that's Tomlin. You know, that's a real coach. Tomlin wins with anything. He gets to the playoffs with everybody, bro. You know? Sackman, thank you for the love on the super chat. Big O, how much would you put into XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, ETH, or Cardano as a newbie to crypto? What would be your top 3 to invest right now? I would put 40% into Bitcoin, 30% into Ethereum, 20% into Solana now, and then you're left with 10, right? Then that 10% I would put into anything that you want, bro. Doesn't matter. Chainlink, XRP, Cardano, Polkadot, anything like that. But I would put my money in the top 3. That's what I would do. That way I don't have to think about it. That way I don't have to stress. They are the top dogs. They are the ones that are going to carry everything first and foremost. The entire blockchain industry, crypto, everything will revolve around those 3 things first and foremost. XRP is fantastic, but I would only rotate XRP in there by buying 10% of XRP and 10% of Ondo and 10% of whatever. But I would go 40, 30, 20. 40 Bitcoin, 30 Ethereum, 20 Solana. That's how I would do it. That's just me. Okay? But that's how I would play it. And by the way, open yourself an Exodus account. They have staking for Ethereum and for Solana. So you can also make your money work 2 ways. You can also get it on there's a couple of other ones that have Solana, and Solana you can stake on Tangent also. There's a couple of others that I think Trust Wallet, you can also stake your Ethereum and your Solana. So just make sure you have a custodial wallet. Okay? You got to have that. Get your cold storage wallet. Don't hold anything on exchanges. All right? Don't even do what I did on Cash App, that you kept it there for 6 months. I don't like to do that, but I did it only for you guys because I wanted to show you how Bitcoin can grow even when it was in the 60s and 50s. You know what I mean? Because it's hard for you to understand that at that moment, just like it's hard for you to understand that it can grow from the 80s. So that's why I bring it up. Sackman, thank you for the love and the super chat, sir. We appreciate it immensely. Let's see what else. Omar says, even if a miracle you make the playoffs, Dolphins would be on the road playing Baltimore, Buffalo, Pittsburgh on the road. I'm not doing that, Omar. There's no miracle here, not with that coach, bro. So to me, I've given up on the dog. I'm just going to watch them hopefully develop the offense, and because everything's coming back next year. So I got to hope for the best. That's all I can do. The Dolphins are a stained organization. How do you not win a playoff game since 2001? That's almost scientifically possible, or impossible, you mean? Always a distraction and a punch to the gut. Yes, they are, sir. Tyreek will be fine. He doesn't use his hands much. He catches with his body, LOL. What do I think about Dogecoin? I don't think about any meme coins. I don't deal in meme coins. I deal in real world assets, things that have real life usage. And Doge has none of that. It's a meme coin. And so, no. And it's old technology on top of all of that. The technology can't even be expanded. So, no, I would not put a penny into Doge. Do you know that every time you bring up the Panhandle hot dogs, I get an alert? Oh, man. You guys are a trip. Appreciate you guys out there. All right. So let's talk about a couple of things that we got to talk about. First of all, University of Miami lose to Georgia Tech 28-23. They get thoroughly embarrassed. And the problems from the first 2 years continue. And unfortunately, coaching is not very good. I'm a big Mario Cristobal guy. I wanted Mario here. I still want Mario here. I'm not saying to fire him or anything like that. But I got to keep pointing out that he's not a good game day coach. He's a phenomenal recruiter. He's a phenomenal dude. He's a great human being. He's a father figure, all that stuff. Everything else he excels in. He is way above average in everything else. But on game day, he is nothing to brag about. He is not special. He doesn't make his teams better. He is solely a talent accumulator, and he's hoping to accumulate enough Bitcoin to outbuy the guy on the other side. But he's not going to. You saw the play that Spo drew up at the end of the game to free up Jovic. You see what I'm saying? Spo is playing chess constantly, and everybody else in the NBA plays checkers. Spo is at a completely another level as a coach. I say this all the time. I talk about it all the time, how Spo carries that goddamn franchise now. Okay? To be honest. Again, not saying that Riley needs to go or anything. Riley can leave whenever the hell he wants. He has earned that right. Some people earn that right, and he's earned it. But I'm not going to bullshit you also. Okay? Right now, Riley is not really that good at his job. The front office is not really that good at their job because they can't get stars. But the guy that coaches, that guy's special. That guy's special and a half, dude. That guy's special and a half. But Mario is not. That defense was pathetic. 71 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they were one-dimensional. They couldn't pass. You knew what was coming, and you could not stop that. And then offensively, you know what I've been telling you about Cam Ward for a while. Ay, coño. You know, what can I tell you, man? Prisoners of the moment. And we talked a little bit about this because we were on Saturday over at the event, and we talked about this. Cam Ward is not as good as you guys think he is. He's a great college quarterback, but he's not what you guys think he is in the NFL. You know, and it's proven. And this team has been playing with fire all year long. They should have a few losses on the board. Okay? It's not a good team. It's not well coached. Let's be completely honest. And they live by the seat of their pants with their quarterback. Okay? He's a phenomenal playmaker. He is fearless. All of those things. There are lots of adjectives I can describe him. But he's also reckless. And he's also really lucky that he plays in the college level where at times he's standing back there for 10 seconds to throw the football. These are things that he'll never have that luxury in the NFL, and that's why his game doesn't translate to the NFL. And that's why I keep telling you, that's why I'm the only media member in town, I'm sure of that has the balls to actually, well, maybe also the vision of it. Probably the rest of the media members got caught up in the hype and in the moment. Oh, Cam, yes, top 5. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's phenomenal as a college quarterback, but in the NFL, he leaves a lot to be desired. And you take a kid like that and you're playing with fire, and he could easily be a bust in the NFL. Okay. The Canes finally got what they were looking for. They play reckless. They have a terrible defense. They're not very well coached. because you're that bad against a one-dimensional team. You're pretty pathetic as a coach and a unit. You know what's coming, and you still can't stop it. That's sad, dude. They can't pass, and you know it, and you can't stop it. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So the one issue continues with Mario Cristobal is that he does everything at an exceptional level, but on game day, his players need to win the game because he's not the guy that is going to set them up to win that game. That's not what he plays. He's not the guy that outsmarts coaches. He's the rah guy, is what he is. Unfortunately. Got to call it like I see it. Okay? Kudos to the Panthers. They beat the Flyers on Saturday. It just it's the only pro team in town you can count on. The Panthers. Only pro team you can count on. Is that amazing or what? Pretty awesome. Tuesday, by the way, they take on the Devils, and that'll be at Amerant Bank Arena, 7:30 face-off for that one. But Panthers are just absolutely awesome, dude. To be a champion and to come back this focused, it's impressive as hell. Kudos to the coach. Kudos to stars that play like stars. We seem to have a problem with that with our teams here in town. You know, our stars don't really play like stars all the time. Tyreek and Waddle have a tendency of getting small in certain moments and dropping footballs. This happens. Jimmy Butler, disappears now and is injured often and barely plays. Just our stars aren't necessarily stars sometimes. The Panthers, those guys are stars, man. That front office is the best in South Florida by miles. And they do things that no one else can do in this town, bro. Really is impressive. Ownership, front office, coaching, players, top notch from beginning to end with the Florida Panthers. So just I know it's early in the season. We don't really get too much into it, but as the season goes on, and as seasons go on of watching these guys, this is going to continue to build up, and it's going to be pretty cool because it's all of their guys, and we're now connecting to them, like Barkov and Kachuk and Bennett and all these guys. We're getting to know them, Verhaeghe, and this is really cool, and they're all going to be around for years to come. Unlike, let's say, Inter Miami, who doesn't do what the Panthers do. They have, which there's nothing wrong with it. They've brought in a couple of players, a couple of mercenaries, and they've had a lot of success, but they haven't connected with the community. And what happened on Saturday, by the way, creates more disconnect with the community. Yeah, because see, the community doesn't really follow the MLS. The community has no passion for the MLS. So the only passion you get for Inter Miami is Messi passion. And that comes from the South Americans that live here. And some North Americans that want to take their kid to go see Messi or something like that. Parent probably doesn't give a shit, but the kid does. So they make the kid happy. They bring him there, buy him a Messi jersey, and you're being a great parent, and God bless you. But there isn't a connection to Inter Miami. And then after accomplishing everything you did this year, having the most points, by the way, is that the same thing that happened to the Panthers? The most points, and you shouldn't win the most points, and you shouldn't touch the trophy and all that. Anyway, as I digress. So you don't get to connect because most people don't care about soccer. They still don't. They're not like me and Sean that follow it religiously and watch all the games and shit like that and care. No, most people don't give a shit about soccer. Most people don't give a shit about the team. And they just went to watch the novelty of Messi. In fact, when he was injured, it was such a novelty. They had no idea when he came back that there were thousands of empty seats when he came back because it's a novelty. And now, because you got eliminated in the first round by Atlanta, it now becomes a farce. It now becomes a joke. Everything you did in the regular season, the person that doesn't take soccer seriously, doesn't follow the MLS, will look at it like a joke. Oh, it's a fluke, whatever. Yeah, Inter Miami, whatever. They suck. Yeah, they got Messi and they still lost. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, next year if they're hot again, I don't care. That's how it's going to be. Not me. I'll be watching religiously, but, I just want to maybe, educate people at Inter Miami about South Florida and how they think. It's really important for them to develop their own players. Guys that'll be here for 7, 10, 12, 15 years. Because since you have the money like Viola and Sifu do, you can sign certain guys and keep them here a long time so they can grow in the community. What a concept that would be. So the Campanas and the Kramaskis of the world and the Calendars, those are the guys that need to make the impactful stuff. Because what happened with Messi becomes a novelty, becomes a joke. Believe it or not. And by the way, just to have a little fun, and this is just to have a little fun. As you can tell with the smirk on my face already. Messi is no Pelé. Okay? Listen, Messi, you could go win your Champions League. Go ahead and win the World Cup if you want, buddy. Go win the Spanish Primera. Go ahead, go win the what's it called? The English Premiership. Go win the Leagues Cup. But buddy, until you win the MLS, you are no Pelé. See, Pelé finished first place in the NASL 7 times and won the championship 5. You can't even win it once in America. Ha! Messi, you are nothing, buddy. Okay? You're nothing until you can win the MLS. People win the Champions League all the time. They win the Premiership all the time. How many of them win the MLS? There you go. Pelé won the NASL 5 times. So until you win here in the U.S., Messi, that whole trophy case of yours don't mean anything, buddy. Sorry. The MLS is the ultimate cup. 5 to... Oh! Messi. Can't even win the MLS. What a joke. Messi, Messi, Messi. All those goals and can't even win in the MLS. So you win the World Cup. Who cares, bro? The Premiership. Who gives a shit? Gotta win the MLS, dude. See? Greatest player of all time, and he can't win in the MLS. You can't have that title, Messi. Sorry, Leo. Perdóname, Leo. Te tiraste un peo, Leo. Guy can't win the MLS. Toughest league in the world. See? Tell you. FOMO alert. Yeah, I would think so. Andy, when you see green weekends, and I warned you about this weeks ago, when we're in the real bull market is when the weekends are green, because since it's open 24/7, 365, that's what happens. So, yeah. And the FOMO has started. We're at 84,732. We are awaiting 85. Okay? All right. Messy. What a mess that guy is. That messy guy. That guy can't win an MLS title. Weak sauce, bro. Weak sauce. Big O, I've been listening to you for approximately 25 years. Let me hear the pain that it brings. You watching Bitcoin? I got no pain right now, bro. I enjoyed 4 concerts this weekend, and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and everything is ripping, and Avalanche and Chainlink. Remember, I told you guys to get back into Chainlink when it was in the $10 range. And right now, you look it up. Where's Chainlink? 14 something right now. It's up like $4 from where I told you. Okay. And it's going to go to $100. Again, 1454, 1459. It's going to go to $100. I'm not a financial advisor at all. But when Chainlink's at $100, I'm just going to tell you. I told you. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Let's see. Okay, I'm done with Jimmy Butler. It's a failed experiment. No, Dolphin. No, don't do that, bro. No, extend him. Extend him. That's what they should do. Oh, God. Suarez is a weird guy. Well, he'll bite your fucking ear off. Of course he's weird. Come on, bro. This is a guy that attacks you and eats your ear. He walks around with Heinz packets of ketchup in his pockets. He grabs you by the neck. He pulls out a Heinz on your ear. And then there he goes. Yeah, you goddamn right. Suarez is weird. Oh, Pelé was a POW and played soccer with Sylvester Stallone and Michael Caine and escaped. You think Messi can do that? No way, buddy. What was the name of that movie? Winning or Captured, or what was the name of that movie? Yeah, Victory. Victory? I forgot now. It's a soccer movie with Stallone and Michael Caine and Pelé. So IMDb for Pelé can't be very long. It's got to be. I want to say it's Victory. It is Victory. I got to tell you, bro. I got so much shit in my head. There is so much shit in there. It's piled in there. I don't know where it comes from. Have no idea. Zero clue. Yes, it's actually a decent movie, by the way. If you, yeah, it's the Longest Yard, except a little bit more serious too. Yeah, a little bit more serious. Yeah, Big O, you do something no one else does. Tells the truth. We try, brother. We try to, but it's not fun. And the game, the way I do things is not what they want in the corporate world. Just so you'll know. It's not fun. That's why I was dying to get out and do this on my own. You know what I'm saying? That's why we tell you to visit our sponsors. R&M Contractors and Accurate Pembroke Pines and Cutter's Edge Pro and all these great people that support us, because they're the reasons why we're here. And you guys that donate on PayPal and Cash App and Venmo and hit the like button and all that. It's all super important, because we're the only ones that are going to tell you like it is. Are we going to be right all the time? No. But are we going to be right most of the time? I got to say, yeah. Because we're not afraid to tell you the truth. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But only you guys can keep the truth alive. So 3A Graphics, you need custom printing and embroidery, please call them. That's the Moodiest Dental, Laser Eye Center of Miami, Caneswear. We have some great sponsors, Big Cheese. Please visit them and mention our names because it's very important. So thank you for noticing it. Dean Brown, this is the way Florida sports in general sucks. People like this would compare new versus old Florida players, bring down Messi that gets all the accolades individually, but hold a perennial closer like Tua. Yeah. Well, and look, that's the beauty. That's why we have to, and thank you for putting all that out there, Sean. These are all our sponsors, man. Please support them because they support us to make this happen. But that's why what the Panthers are doing is really special. Yeah, Ronnie, man. Ronnie's a big Dolphins fan and Boca Jaw surgery. He loves his freaking Dolphins. He lives and dies with them. Oh, what else do we have here? Rosendo asked the history teacher. That's why you're here, buddy. You keep us straight, man. I'm 46 and plead ignorance with soccer. I know nothing of the sport. What I've always been told all my life is Pele is the GOAT in that sport. Your thoughts, Big O? Bro, it's splitting hairs. Pele, Messi, Maradona, whatever, man. You know what I mean? It's a silly argument. They're all phenomenal in their own way. I'm busting balls and having fun with the whole Messi thing in MLS, but that conversation for me, bro, if somebody thinks Maradona is the best, I have no issues with that. What he did could be accomplished as the best. Pele easily could be, and this guy the same way. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't get caught up in that. That's just, it's Michael, it's Kareem. Brother, if somebody wants to say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best player ever, and somebody wants to say Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson or Larry Bird, we're going to be spinning wheels and, it's not worth it. Put it that way. Big O, disappointing and choke job to end the season. I went to Columbus with Moss Brothers and worked at one of their companies. Know them pretty well. I know for sure. Oh, no, they're pissed. They're fuming right now. Fuming. John Wayne says, Big O, I've been telling my friends Ward will get killed with his patience in the NFL. He has chances to run knowing he has pressure and doesn't. He thinks he has all day back there. Shame. Yeah, no, he doesn't know. He can't play the game at the NFL level like this. He'll get killed. What else do we have? Green Line says, it's been a while since I said it. Marlins suck. Green Line, you are correct. But Green Line is green in the crypto market because I know he's a crypto guy too. So he's enjoying it. Speaking of crypto guys, there's Ocala Joe. Big O, tonight while I'm watching the Dolphins game, I will be wearing my Bitcoin gear instead of my usual Mark Clayton shirt. How about that? That's the team we can count on, bro. Bitcoin. Did we cross 85? I know. 85. Do we have 85? 85. Yeah, 84.711. Yeah, a little bit of a dip. 84.7. Get on in. I'm not removing my buy-in from Swan at all. You can forget about that, bro. Okay? I'm not removing my buy-in from Swan. It's every week. I'm going to keep buying and keep stacking. It's a finite amount. And it's going to go to 1 million plus. So why am I worried now? You know what I mean? I won't buy it when it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, but before it gets to 100, I'm going to keep buying. I'm going to keep buying and keep buying and keep buying because anything up to 100,000 is going to 10x or more. If you don't want to make 10x, then hey man, it's cool. You must be rich. Me, I'm a poor ass, broke ass, working stiff. So I'll take 10x, and I'll openly say that. Okay, but if you don't want to do that, you must be really comfortable. God bless you. Me, I'll take 10x anytime. Oh, wow. The markets are full stream ahead across the spectrum. Yep. Ricky says, Big R, you tired? What's the score of the Dolphins I'm going to be tonight? I'm not, not even worried, bro. I'm just going to watch the game, hope for the best, hope that they figure it out and play well, dude. That's it. I hope they win. That's all I want. I don't want to ask for anything else. And please play the offense you've played now the last few weeks that you're running the ball, and now you've added the passer to it. I really like it. That's all I'm hoping for right now. Okay? I know the tank's not going to happen. You know they're not going to fire McDaniel or anybody else. So let's just skip through that, and let's be good fans, and let's just hope for the best. And that's all we can do, guys. That's all we can do. Frankie Fresco, thank you for the love in the super chat, sir. He says, shout out to my Georgia Tech alum. Well, we're right 9 out of 10 times. Frankie is
loud, baby. He's loud.
He's right? Isn't that what we talk about all the time? Right? So Frankie's right 1 out of 10 times. Beat that chest. Beat that chest. Let's see. Score prediction tonight. Dolphins win. That's all I'm saying. I'll be wrong again. Dolphins win. Okay. It's time for new crypto-based trading places type movie to educate the masses so I could get Ric Flair in the 80s rich. Does Tata get fired? That's funny. The elections reinvigorated the markets for sure. Yeah, because Trump is very pro-corporate. So he's going to lift all regulations that, the Dems put regulations on top of regulations on top of regulations on top of regulations. They made everything so much more difficult for everybody. So Trump will ease all of that up. Now, he's going to print like crazy. He's going to put us deeper into the deficit than anybody ever has, like he did two terms ago. So, yeah, the rich will benefit. Businesses will have their strings loosened up, but long term, it's going to be terrible for us. Okay, don't kid yourselves. Okay, the middle class and the lower class are going to lose big, because he will print. You know how much money it's going to cost to send all the immigrants back? You know how much money it's going to cost to, he's going to put more into the military, all of that. You know how much money it's going to cost for all the other things that he's going to do? They raised the debt ceiling 3 times during Biden and 4 times during Trump. That's 7 times they raised the debt ceiling. That's a record for 2 presidents. It's never been done. There'll be some good from it for a certain group of people, and there's going to be a lot of bad for most in the long run. People they just think about the short term. But, again, people don't like hearing the truth. And that's the problem. Anyway, what else? Big O, the media is attributing to all of the markets going up. And no, it's I think it had to do with the election. If Kamala was in, we would be in the 80s still. Low 80s, high 90s or something, because we'd be waiting for the regulations because the Dems have been anti-crypto. So, yeah. But the stock market would be running because the stock market was kicking ass under Biden. It's at all-time highs for Biden. So, the rich benefit. You know how Even the Dems, we're going to make them pay. Bro, they get rich under you anyway. They're all liars. All right, let's go around the NFL. Bills, they take care of the Colts 30-20. Flacco threw 3 interceptions in that game. That's usually leads to a loss, and we'll talk about that. Josh Allen, 280 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. He did rush one in. So Bills were able to survive. They're 8-2. The Chiefs go to 9-0, and we start getting nervous as Dolphin fans with that perfect record because the Chiefs are finding ways to win all the time, which is super impressive. The Niners over the Bucks, 23-20. Purdy threw 2 touchdowns. Baker only threw 1 in the process. Bucks dropped to 4-6. Niners improved to 5-4. Russell Wilson is 4-0 as a starter, and the Steelers improved to 7-2 with a 28-27 win over the Commanders. Jaden Daniels threw for 202 yards, no touchdowns. Terry McLaurin had 113 yards. Russell had 3 touchdowns and an interception and a couple of moonshots there that he just dropped them in. The Pickens catch in the back of the end zone the body control was sick, dude. Vikings find a way again to win. They defeat the Jags 12-7. They're 7-2. The Eagles defeat the Cowboys 34-6. They had like 50-something yards passing with Cooper. And I got to tell you something. Watching Jerry lose is beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. It's only topped by Aaron Rodgers and the Jets losing. I mean, I love watching the Jets lose, but Aaron Rodgers losing, there's nothing better than that. And the old fart went 22 of 35 for 151 yards. He is a shell of what he used to be. And think about this. You signed him to all that money, and you're 2 seasons into this failed experiment. And you're going to bring him back next year at 41 years old. What's he supposed to get better? Kyler Murray was dealing, dude. 22 of 24, 266 and a touchdown, 3 rushes, 21 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And remember what I tell you all the time about this kid. This is not a running quarterback. He can run, but this is a real passer. This kid can pass. Okay? He's a real pocket passer. And if he figures this thing out, Kyler can do it, man. Detroit over the Texans, 26-23. How do you win when you throw 5 interceptions? Man, Detroit is finding ways to win. Holy shit. Jared Goff threw for 15 of 30, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. And they still found a way to beat the Texans. That's impressive, dude. That is very impressive. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation on Cash App. On Venmo, you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. On Cash App, you can only make a Bitcoin donation, but we appreciate it, whatever kind. Thank you very much. What else? And you can make a PayPal donation. No Bitcoin or Ethereum there, but just a donation. Use the QR code. And if you search on PayPal, you search our name, Orlando Alzagari, and you'll see the Crypto Bro Show logo. And there you go. Okay. Illuvium, by the way, is up 5.5% over $43. It was down to like the $32 range or something like that. So it's gone up quite a bit quickly. Ethereum is now trying to make its way to $3,300. It hit 3,300? 30. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Solana is just under 2%, but it's almost at $220, dude. Avalanche that I've been telling you about, it's at $34.20. We told you when that shit was down at $10. It's $34.50. It's moving. It's moving and a grooving. Okay. So there you go. Injective protocol up over 2% at 26.65. It was at $18. And I told you that it's going to go back to where it was at 40 and more. So it's already at 26.65. And if you got it under 20, God bless you. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. And by the way, injective protocol, just to kind of give you a little heads up. Where is it here? I just lost injective. Because I want to make sure I give you the right stat on injective. Damn it. Where'd it go? It's 2673 now? Okay. No. I'm going to talk about staking. You can stake it on Exodus for 11.3%. I'm telling you, it's going to go past $40, and it's at $26.69. Well, I told you to get in on it when it was at 17 and 18 and $20 because it was going to double from there. So, but you're also staking it and getting 11%. You know, you make your money work for you in many ways. That's how you do things. Let's do that. The Miami Heat get a win against the Wolves, 95-94. Mr. Jovic with the game-winning basket ends up with 15 points and 7 rebounds. We got to give them a victory cigar, man, because you pick up a nice victory like that, it is time to light it up. Okay. I can't hear it. I don't have the headphones on. So I don't know. The Panthers on Saturday, they got it done against those stinking Flyers. They're no Broadway bullies. Not anymore. The bullies are the boys from Sunrise. Yes, sir. Straight from the Amerant Bank Arena. And they bullied their way to a 4-3 win. And they're 11-3-1. Give those Florida Panthers a victory cigar. There we go. Victory cigar. Love it. Brian Radke, good morning to you, sir. Thank you. Ken Rosa, how about Crow, Big O, over 100%? Yeah. I stopped being a Crow believer when they changed all kinds of stuff, but everything is moving in the altcoin market, and it was going to happen once the big boy starts moving, and especially now that it starts getting into the 80s and the 90s and into the 100, less people will buy Bitcoin. It'll be more about the richer people buying Bitcoin, and they'll go into alts, and they'll start buying all the alts. So you'll see the altcoin run like crazy, and get used to this. This is every day now. Every day things are going to be going green now. It's ridiculous. I told you that this is how it would build up as the fourth quarter goes through, and then the beginning of the year, and we'll have several months, but be ready to sell your altcoins. I disagree on the Bitcoin thing. I don't believe we will have major dips anymore. So those days of, the 40 and 50 and 60% corrections and all that, those days are done. Whatever corrections are out there, those are opportunities to buy back in and get those percentages back. That's what they are for me. Now, altcoins will crash next year at some point. You will hit a peak, and you will need to sell and get out. Bitcoin, I don't think you ever get out of Bitcoin unless you really need the money and you want to sell. But if not, I think it's something that you try to build generational wealth for your family down the line. That's the way I kind of look at it. Let's see. No way the markets or crypto was going up like this if Kamala won. No, definitely not crypto. The stock market was doing what was at its best with Biden. So the stock market does well under any administration, pretty much, because they take care of them, dude. I don't play this bullshit Republican, Democrat crap or Trumpy or whatever. I laugh at all of you. Let's be completely honest. I laugh at Dems. I laugh at Republicans. I laugh at Trumpies. Okay? Anybody that starts standing up and pumping their chest and thinking that there's something, your parties are garbage. Your candidates are garbage. Okay? Your candidates are doing nothing but destroying our economy. So, you know what I mean? Pumping your chest about one side or the other is nothing to be proud of. We just put a guy in office that printed $8 trillion. You know who's paying for that? Your kids. You didn't care about it during his 4 years because he was flooding the streets with $8 trillion. So it's a lot of fun at that moment. You don't realize what's really going on. But that's all right, you know. Why do you think years ago I told you banks would die? Because I knew the bill that he had signed. But that's all right, dude. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You know, life is great because we put him and not her in. We're going to get screwed either way. You know what I mean? One will just kind of mask it at the beginning, you know, by cutting and doing all kinds of stuff and all that. But it's really not productive in the long run, you know? But that's all right. You know, it's not a big deal. Whatever, you know. Cheer on whoever you want to cheer on. I'm going to cheer on us independently that are going to benefit from their stupid decisions. They're destroying our dollar. All right, we'll get on Bitcoin. What are you going to do? You know? How could you not root for the Lions? Beat down fan base. I hope to be them one day, seeing how the Finns won't be in the playoffs. I might borrow the Lions this postseason. You know what, no doubt? I don't think that's wrong to do. You know? So, nice to have met you at the Smudge Pot. Nice to have met you, Brian. It was good to meet you and your wife. By the way, good to put a name to the face. So it was excellent meeting you and so many people out there at the Smudge Pot. So yes, sir. Pleasure. Without you all, and by the way, you were sporting a Big O Show shirt, which was cool, Brian. Thank you. Big O, do you think McDonald's will run the ball and be smart and throw 60 screen passes? I don't know what he's going to do, but I hope he does run the ball. If he runs the ball, then I trust Tua to do everything else. They'll block and they'll be fine. You know, Goff played awful yesterday and they found a way to win. That's what good teams do. That's what good teams exactly do. Did you enjoy your Saturday? I did very much. I've enjoyed the whole week, you know. The only thing is, will I enjoy tonight, Frankie? That's the question. Will I enjoy tonight? You know? 9-1, brother. Hello. How was that 41-17 beatdown we gave you? You okay? Oh, he's talking to Frankie. This year, we fire the coordinators. Next year, if things continue, Norvell will be gone too. There's no doubt. Hang in there, no doubt. Hang in there. Let's do a little music, history, and news, and all kinds of good stuff, and birthdays that we love to do on the show. Let's see. Here we go. Where are you? Okay, now we got it. We start off with birthdays, musicians celebrating birthdays today. Jason White, lead guitarist. He was a touring member of Green Day from 99 to 2012. Happy birthday to him, born in 1973. Gary Powell, drummer for the Libertines, born on this date in 1969. Who else? Mike Massaros from the Smithereens. Only a Memory, born in 1957. Ian Craig Marsh, keyboardist with Heaven 17, born in 1956. Andy Partridge, songwriter, singer, and a big introvert, singer for XTC. Senses working overtime. Let's see who else. Paul Cowsill from the Cowsills, the singing group, born in this state in 1952. Pat Doherty from the band Black Oak, Arkansas, born in 1947. Vince Martell, guitarist with Vanilla Fudge, You Keep Me Hanging On, born in 1945. Who else celebrating birthdays today? And that's it for musicians. Let's go with other famous folk. Leonardo DiCaprio, the man that has dated a long list of hot women, is enjoying his 50th birthday today, and he's probably dating a 17-year-old right now as we speak. Demi Moore is 62. Huge Demi Moore fan. Love Demi Moore. Stanley Tucci, movie actor, is 64 years old. Who else is celebrating birthdays? George Patton, the George Patton, born in 1885 on this date. We lost him just recently in 1945, just a couple of years ago. So it's just right there, just yesterday. Let's see who else. Samara Joy. I have no idea who she is, but it says jazz singer. But I love the name Samara Joy, so I mentioned it. And if she's actually good, tell me about her. Who else do we have? That's it. That's all we have for famous folk. Sean Stanley. No Mike? No Mike? Okay, so no Mike, no wrestlers today. So you wrestlers, happy birthday to you, whoever you are. Billy Gunn, La Pistola, was big time. All right, let's move over to music history. In 2011, the four original members of Black Sabbath announced that they would be reuniting, recording a new album and a world tour in 2012. Drummer Bill Ward would later drop out of the plans due to a contract dispute. I saw that tour, by the way. In 1965, the Velvet Underground made their performance debut at a high school dance in Summit, New Jersey. In 1986, Pink Floyd issued a statement through Roger Waters was no longer with the band, and they would continue using the name. In 1972, Allman Brothers bassist Barry Oakley was killed at age 24 when his motorcycle hit a bus. It happened just 3 blocks away from the intersection where Duane Allman died in a motorcycle accident a year earlier. Crazy. In 1995, the Smashing Pumpkins double album, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, went to #1 on the album charts. In 2015, Motorhead drummer Phil Filthy Animal Taylor passed away at the age of 61. And in 1997, Metallica held a free concert in Philadelphia to celebrate the release of their new album, Reload. And that's what happened today in music history. Okay. Vikings on Netflix is must watch. All right. I've heard of the Viking thing. I've heard folks have spoken about the Viking thing. By the way, we're at 84,936. Okay. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, and we always appreciate that. And you can also make a PayPal donation to Cash App or Venmo, and you can use those QR codes that we show you there too. It's another way of making a donation to the program and helping us grow. How about the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell? I'm not you. The Detroit Lions is regarded tenfold over Miami now. Yeah. Thank you for stating the obvious, sir. We appreciate that. Stating the obvious is strong on your part. Okay. All right, we are out of here. We thank you all out there as always. If you made a donation, Cash App or Venmo, thank you. Appreciate you. If you made a super chat, thank you. Please make sure you visit our amazing sponsors like Caneswear. Use our code BIG010. You'll get 10% off at Caneswear. And if you go online at caneswear.com and you order over $99, you will get free shipping. We'll see you in a few hours for the pregame show live at 6:15 right here on the Big O Radio Show.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.